it's very difficult to offset all the things that your child will encounter in the outside world. The way that their morals and beliefs and values are at home will have a great impact on it, no doubt. But ultimately, we see many examples where children, young people have two parents. They have two parents that have, their head on straight, and they try and provide for them and teach them all of the right things. And yet still they fall into trouble. And some of that could just be the individual temperament of the person. But a lot of it, a lot of times, has to do with peer pressure and the culture around them. And so, I mean, if we're really going to talk about saving this country, and we're going to talk about what's going on in some of these deep blue cities, deep blue, and I do say that with air quotes because we don't know what the count is. We got a mayor candidate here in New York City, and we don't even really know if he's an American citizen. And we've built this type of situation for ourselves. And I'm going to talk about that a little bit in the next segment. But in all this dual citizenship, look, you shouldn't have dual citizenship anywhere unless you work somewhere over half of the year. If you have some type of international business, or some type of international job where you have to work in another country over half the year, then okay, dual citizenship makes sense. If you were actually born in another country and you immigrated to this country legally, I think you should have to give up your citizenship from your initial birth country. That's just my opinion. And it blows my mind. I mean, it literally shocks me to my core when I watch a video of a guy like Glenn Beck, who's an American citizen, ask for dual citizenship in the country of Israel. And it's just like, you can love Israel, you can love the Jews, you can have respect for our relationship with Israel without asking for citizenship to another country. It undermines the value of citizenship at a fundamental level if you want to be the citizen of two countries, in my opinion. And a lot of people have dual citizenship. I think it's a problem. But the way that people are influenced by the people around them, it can't be overstated. It can't be overstated. In New York City, you have this bubble of a certain way of life. And, they talk about the New York hustle and bustle and, you can on the stock floor, you go sit on the stock floor and you kind of get an example of what New York City is really all about, is the financial capital, the place where a large portion of our entire global economy's business gets done and transacted. And you realize that people are living so fast, it's no wonder they don't have time to take a second and think about what they're actually doing. I mean, you're giving the world's financial capital over to a communist. I don't get it. I don't get it. But I also wouldn't drive and not use my turn signals. And I also wouldn't live in a box that's 10 times overpriced because I want to be, in the action, because I want to be on the scene or whatever the value is. I don't even know. When I go to New York City, I think about, I go, hey, they got a great nightlife, the city that never sleeps. There's a lot of business being done and so on and so forth. But I would never want to live in New York City, not even regarding the crime. That's an entirely different conversation, just the closeness and proximity. But again, I'm a Minnesota boy.